How bad is this for college football? Because that's how Stephen A. started it. You heard that he missed the kick. He was watching Law and Order about that time, and that ESPN should be reimbursed. Your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad look, but we've had plenty of bad Super Bowls as well, and people still come back. Molly, the good news for college football is that after next season, there'll be a 12-team playoff, and that's not going to cure this, but we had the best semifinals ever. We had bad karma. Yeah, the TCU argument will go on forever, but they beat, let's not forget, they beat Michigan. That was an undefeated Big Ten champion.
Yeah.
They just didn't get grandfathered into this thing.
See, you know what, Paul? I think it's great for college football, and the reason I believe it's great for college football was coming in 24-25 with the 12 teams is you're going to get now teams like TCU and Cincinnati's and some of the smaller Power 5 schools that get a real opportunity to play some of these big houses. And it changes, too, because of the NIL. You don't just have to go to the Power 5, the big programs, to now get your money. You can get your money from TCU because the TCU people, they're going to start backing up the truck. They're going to start helping out the program. You're going to get the teams like Pitt and some of them that are smaller Power 5 schools being in the mix because of the NIL, because of the portal. So I think parity is going to happen across college football. You don't have to just go to Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, USC, and Ohio State to have a chance to play in a national championship now. You can almost go anywhere.
In all seriousness, I completely agree with that, Key, and I got to tell you, I can't wait for the 12-team playoff because what happens is that, you know what, the top seeds will get a bye, you know what I'm saying, and then you've got other seeds that'll be playing one another, and it'll work itself out that way. So we'll have a national championship encounter that we know is well-deserved and worth looking forward to, instead of sitting there speculating all year long as to whether or not one of the smaller Big Fives even deserve to be on that platform or that stage, because everybody can't handle it. Dykes has done a great, great job coaching TCU this year. I watched this man, and I've never seen this from a coach. I watched Georgia score a touchdown, and the opposing coach sat up there and went like this, wow. That's exactly what he did. I was watching, and that is when I turned the channel and started watching Law and Order. Not SVU, not Criminal Intent. I'm a fan of organized crime, but I'm talking about the regular Law and Order with Sam Waterston as the
That's
DA.
why you're so skeptical of everything and everyone.
I started watching that. I've watched all 22 seasons. I'm trying to tell you. That's what I went back to watch.
Yeah, guys, that's where he gets his inspiration from.
And it was much better than the game.
General Hospital.
And it was much better than the game.
Okay. All right. Before we go, Paul, just want to reiterate your thesis statement. Tell me if I'm saying anything wrong, because obviously you are the mouth of the South. But Georgia has now surpassed Alabama as the top dog in college football in terms of programs. Accurate?
Absolutely, Molly. And I respect Nick Saban more than any coach I've ever been around, but his program it no longer runs the sport, and that's really what we're talking about. Every single conversation used to involve Nick Saban as the subject. Now we're getting to him in the predicate because we're talking about Kirby Smart first, and that's really where this is going, Stephen A., Molly, and Keyshawn. And I don't think we saw this coming this quickly. I mean, I've been hinting, Stephen A., we've had these conversations for years, that the Alabama program was a little bit wobbly, and you've refused to look at it because you can't look at it, but you're so in love with Nick Saban, and it's sad, quite frankly. But you need to pull back a little bit and realize that he doesn't run the sport anymore. He's powerful, he's important, he's the greatest of all time, but Kirby Smart is the new king.
Let me put on my serious cap for a second.
Okay.
Georgia is the champion. Kirby Smart is the real deal. Mad respect for him, and they are at the top of the heap right now. What I'm saying to you is, what I'm projecting is that it's momentary. What I mean by that is I'm not saying Georgia will fall. I'm not saying that Georgia won't be in the mix, that they won't be competing for national championships on a year-to-year basis. I expect them to be right there competing with Alabama. All I'm trying to say is, let's not interpret what you're saying to mean that we get to discount Alabama. Alabama is going to have a say. It would have surprised me if these two programs went back and forth over the next several years winning national championships. I'm just saying Alabama's right there. Nick Saban is not alone anymore. He's got to create room for Kirby Smart. but Nick Saban doesn't fall to the wayside.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying,
Fair
to
enough.
be specific.
Fair enough. But today's Kirby Smart's day.
Today is Kirby
And really
Smart's
cool
day.
to win a couple championships at your alma mater, for sure.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.